Hey guys, I hope you're good. So I'm just coming back from church and I had this thought to drop in my mind and I decided to share. And it's just about lifting up your eyes. You see, when God spoke to Abraham about the inheritance that he will have, he said to him, lift up your eyes, and as far as you can see, that I will give to you. I'm talking about this in the context of our vision. So many of us have gift, many of us have goals, but we don't see how far we can go with it. For some of us, we think that all we need to do is to become good in our local environment. We see ourselves becoming better than people around us that we can see, the local competition. But we never actually imagine that we can take those things to a global level. And I tell you, if you don't aspire to use whatever gift you have to reach global level, they believe that you are punching way below your weight. You see, you need to set a vision that is way bigger than you. So stop looking down and looking at your immediate environment. You need to lift your eyes and look at the bigger picture. Look globally, think globally. I need you to generate the courage, sustain the courage to think globally, that whatever it is that you do, be you a tailor, be you a mechanic, be you a content creator, be you an author, be you a singer, believe that thing that you do, that you can do it at global level. That is what will give you the push to put in the extra work, the extra labor that it takes to become excellent at that thing. You see, the reason why many people don't bother to do anything they're doing excellently, the reason why they don't think about doing it to become so good at it, is because they feel like all they need to do is become the best in their environment. Okay, and that doesn't usually require a lot of work. With a little effort, you can become the best in your community, in your neighborhood, in your state. But if you're going to do anything at global level, you are going to have to work and work. Only then can you be able to get to that global level. And see, what happens is, even if you don't do it to the level where you are celebrated globally, you can just not be ignored. You will be excellent at it. Okay, and when the opportunity comes, you'll be announced and you'll go into limelight. I feel that many of us, I remember a story that I read about Arnold Schwarzenegger. A lot of you would know him. We grew up watching a lot of his movies. So he started in his community in Austria, but he had a vision that he would become a global bodybuilder. He wanted to win the Mr. Olympia. As at that time, nobody outside, nobody in his community, nobody in Austria had ever won it. It was more or less an American game. But he was able to imagine that and become courageous enough to harbor that vision, okay, that intent to do it at global level, and he was able to achieve that. So when he was going to the gym initially, he would build his muscles, look really buffed up, and the local people would be like, oh my god, you're already winning the local championships, why are you still stressing yourself? But he knew that he wasn't necessarily thinking about becoming the champion bodybuilder in his local community in Austria, not even Austria as a country. So he wanted to be Mr. Olympia. So he kept on training even when nobody was noticing him. That vision kept on driving him, and until the point where it materialized. There is a book I'm reading currently. It's titled As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. I believe that was also called from the scripture that said, as a man thinketh in his heart, so it's he. So if you don't think globally, if you're limited in your thinking, okay, you will be limited in your results. You see, the courage, it takes a lot of courage to think, to even conceive it in your mind, to imagine it, that you can become the best at something in the world. God. It takes a lot of courage, I tell you. And many people cannot even dare it. I mean, without even announcing it to anyone, thinking about it in your mind, believing it is a huge leap. If you can afford to believe that, you see, I am a singer and I can win the Grammy Award, you've already taken a leap ahead of millions of people in the world, because many people just think it's stupid. Oh my God, come off it. You can't say that. That is also one of the qualities that Muhammad Ali, the famous boxer, had. He would make mouth, he would say, come out on radio and say, I'm the best in the world, I'm the greatest boxer that ever lived. You know, he said those things and it sounded stupid. Maybe he was doing it out of pride or out of whatever, but the fact that he had come out to say it meant that he truly believed it, and that belief drove him to do the necessary work, to put in the necessary work it took to come to that level. So I want to encourage you today, lift up your eyes. I know that probably you're already good at where you are. You're already one of the best locally. But lift up your eyes, look globally. The farthest you can see, as far as your eyes can see, God is able to give you. And first thing that God will begin to do is to inspire you, to spur you on to put in the work that He requires to get there. I hope that somebody's been encouraged today. And until I see you next time, have a wonderful week ahead. Bye.